going to try this one more time tonight. We got some, yeah, we do have some stuff going on. So, can you guys hear me? Anybody hear what I'm speaking? Morning, guys, morning. Yeah, okay, good, good. Just checking. I had some issues with my audio earlier. The stream was really choppy and all that. I am going to make this one as quick as I possibly can. I do want to get this out real quick because, obviously, you know, typical stuff here. But I'm gonna try to have the chat up here, but it may disappear for a minute. But we're gonna start right here, guys. Let's just open it like that. Alrighty. Can you guys see that? I'm sure you can. I hope you can anyway. Alright. So what we're looking at, guys, I took this picture today. Alright, and to give you guys a little bit of what, you know, this is something that we're seeing across the world. Can you guys see that? I'm going to make sure that that's in there. Just let me know in the chat if anybody sees it. If you could. Give me a thumbs up, something. Okay, cool. Alright, I won't ask you guys any more like that. I just want to make sure, because that's something I hadn't had to do yet in OBS. So, as you guys can see, just to give you a little bit of a reference on what we're looking at here, these are just little pine bushes, right? And you guys know I work in lawn care, so this is something that I've been seeing for probably the past couple years, and now we're getting customers asking us about what's going on. George, yeah, 3 times a day, what we have to understand about plants, and a lot of people don't even know this, they will actually form a memory. So if you're watering them 3 times a day and you go out of town for one day, it's going to affect them a lot more than somebody that's just watering them once a day. So they do get used to it. It's weird that they have a memory, but they do. It's really odd. So anyway, as you got this going on right here, yeah, you can see this little transformer back here, but just ignore that, because that's not what's causing this issue. If this is what was causing this issue, all of them would look the same, because this is just electrical equipment out there right there. And I get what you guys are saying, and it does. Electromagnetic stuff most definitely will affect plant life, but it would do it in an even fashion on all 4 of these little bushes. And I took this because of the direction of the sun. Over here, on this side of the building, that would be the west. Okay? And obviously, on this side would be the east. There's a small little tree line over here on the east side. But when the sun rises, obviously it's going to hit this one, right? Now, you would think that over here that this building would be blocking it. Well, it doesn't, because it's actually out far enough. And there's no trees over here. So what I'm saying is this area is getting, it's getting a little bit more extra during the day in the morning. And at night, it is getting a little bit less as the sun starts to set. But what we're seeing here is it is dying from, in this really crazy pattern like that. Okay? And this is something that I've seen all over the place. And I wouldn't even be bringing this up if I hadn't seen it in multiple locations. This just happened. We went this is at a Hardee's, guys. Me and my family went there last night for dinner, and I seen this. I was like, well, that works really good to explain what we've been seeing. And so again, it's the sunlight. And you have to understand, pines. It's hard to kill these things. All right, that's why these businesses use them, because they don't take that much maintenance or care. So I wanted to show you guys this because I get a lot of questions on this, and I know this has been one of those sticky questions, what's causing it and this and that. But at the end of the day, what is causing this is the sun. This is what's happening to the plant life. You can see it even on, I should have took another picture here, but even on this bush right here, you guys could rip that bush, that type of bush, out of the ground, throw it out on the street, run it over 3 times, plant it back, and it would be okay. Okay? But why is the sun destroying these now? You just really have to understand, you know, some of these plants that the sun's doing it to are extremely hardy plants that it should not be doing it. It just shouldn't. And you know, this is kind of a good way to show you guys this, because this is from sunlight. You can, because the sun rises over here and it's getting hit from this direction. So it's telling you that sun is definitely the reason why these are dying, not this, you know, thing back here, or lack of water. Because if it was lack of water or not being taken care of, they would all die pretty much at the same rate. You can tell this front one is getting smoked. Okay? And again, the plant life around this whole Hardy building is doing that. And it ain't just here. I mean, it's everywhere, guys. And yeah, you're saying UVC. I do think that might have something to do with what goes on with us. You know, to be honest with you, I need to research UVC a little bit harder and see what it actually does to plant life. I know it hits at the cell level. I would assume that it would do it to plants just like it does us. Okay, but we also have to understand that the UVC levels that we're seeing, even though we're not supposed to be getting any of them, it's still not like extreme levels of UVC. The concern is that that's going to keep rising. That's why we're talking about it. But something that's not getting talked about enough is the fact that UVA and B is now more intense also. Okay? That is something that hardly anybody even talks about, and it's really almost more relevant for our today right now, because that is really what will affect you in an immediate, you know, type of setting. That's why you get sunburnt quicker. Okay? You go out in the sun, you know, yes, there's time frames. You know, they put out their UV indexes and all that kind of stuff. And they actually, you know, like a year or so ago, I was watching Mr. MBB3. They had to raise the UV index because they were getting readings off of their chart. So keep that in mind, guys. This is not something that is a question anymore. It's happening. It's happening right in front of our eyes. Anybody denying that, I would really question what they're thinking, because this is most certainly something that is affecting all of us. Yeah, namaste, Raven. Good to see you. Yeah, Rampage, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. And again, guys, I'll keep this one short. I am going to, you know, like I said, guys, at the end of this, I did that little. Actually, that stream ended up being way too long for what I really wanted it to be. And that's why I'm going to try to, you know, cut back on that. I'm going to go back to my, you know, 30 minutes or under edited videos. But I'm going to add a couple live streams through the week. That's my plan, just so everybody knows. I'm just trying to get used to OBS and get things ironed out. I am getting better at this. I will say that. Morning, Lisa. Deborah, how you doing? But yeah, guys. So this is something. If you're wondering if you're the only one seeing it, you're not. This is everywhere. And it's not just here in our country. It's everywhere. You're just not going to get to see, you know, not everybody's going to talk about it. And you want to know why? The biggest reason, and I even said this to my wife today, on the way home from leaving Hardee's, you know, it's odd to see people walking anyway. Good to see you, Johnny. But everybody that was walking down the street, they wouldn't have known if I was even screaming, yelling at them, or getting ready to hit them in the back of the head with a bat. Why? They had their face stuck in their phone. And that is it's going to be one of the things that the younger generation is going to have to fight. Okay? Not only are they going to have to fight, you know, distraction, you know, that's why a lot of the ADD stuff happens and all of that stuff, guys. You know, because they're entertained all the time, and when you take that entertainment, their mind doesn't know what to do. They immediately get bored. How can you be bored when you got a TV that has 5,000 stations on it? You got the internet that can take you anywhere you want to go, but yet they're still bored. That should raise the biggest red flag anybody has ever heard. And the other thing is, and I only know this because of my own issues, my neck. Okay, I fight neck stuff. You guys know that. I'm fused 6 in my neck. But our kids, they're going to be hunched over. And it's because they're looking down all the time. People that have office jobs, that was already an issue. People that typed, they came up with the desk. They try to keep them upright now because it's ergonomically stuff, and OSHA comes in and does their thing, right? And then in this instance, that's a good thing. They got the desk where you put the computers and they can raise it up so you can stand up and all that kind of stuff. But it is it's just wow. What happened in Serbia? Guys, I don't know, Sheila. I am going to show you guys a pretty crazy anomaly here in a minute, and I thought it was just, I'm going to take you guys back to that tool that I am, just trying to learn, but I'm seeing stuff on there, and, I've seen a bunch of stuff, and I've let most of it just go, because I got a lot of questions to ask, but I seen on another tool also, totally separate from the GOES satellite. This is from a different satellite, different tool showing us different thing. But yet you're getting a reaction in the same exact spot. And what's really strange is it's out in front of this hurricane. And that's what happened, last year, I think. Was it last year with Dorian and all that? We seen a lot of that stuff going on. We had a solar storm hit, and it hit right on top, basically right on top of the hurricane, and it fueled it. Now, we all know, I'm not going to go into the HAAR, you guys can fill in the last letter there. We do know that happens, obviously. I would point people over to the video Dutch did a couple days ago, Dutch Sense, where he showed the Russian technology that was being used even back in the 60s for weather manipulation here in our country. So, that stuff's been around for a while. So if people think that hasn't, gotten better as far as the technology, I would think again there a little bit too. Oh, by the way, I did add a couple different mods. I'm not sure if anybody's in here yet. Trinity Red, Blue, Trinity Red or Blue Pill. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. That's her name, guys. Okay. She's from Marth, over on Marthoogle. She's a mod over there. And she wanted to be a mod over here too, so, obviously. I asked, and she said, yeah. We were both over, actually, at Mark Pyre's channel last night. You guys should go watch that live stream from last night. He, on the fly, made some music, man. It was awesome. It just was. Used her name in it and everything. It was cool. You guys should really... It'll put a smile on your face. If that's what you guys need, we need more of that. Mark Pyres. And I've shown you guys that already, his stuff already a couple times. But anyway, this vegetation, guys, there's nothing we're going to be able to do about this stuff. The only thing we can do is look towards the future and what can we do to protect our own bodies. And that would be cover your skin. Okay? That's the only thing you can do. People, when I was a kid, I used to wonder why the people over like in the Middle East and the desert used to always wear the head coverings and the stuff that covered all their skin when it was so hot. I couldn't understand that. But now I do, because that's the reason. So please take it serious when you guys, especially with your kids. Your kids don't have any control over that. You control that with your kids. You wouldn't want, your kids to, pop up sick when they're 25 years old because you forgot to put sunscreen on them when they went to the pool. You know what I mean? It should be really up there. When I was a kid, it wasn't such a big deal because it just wasn't known or wasn't as important back then. Nothing against my parents because they didn't do nothing wrong. They just didn't know. That's it. So as long as this vegetation is doing this, guys, this isn't the only time I've seen this, guy. I see it all the time. So when I get, people come up and asking me about it without even knowing I have a YouTube channel and report on this kind of stuff, that's when I know that it's not just me seeing it and me like, well, I do this YouTube thing, maybe it's just in my head. No, this is all over, okay? And I would challenge people just to go look at vegetation in their own area. If you guys got pictures or whatever you guys want to send me, send it on over to bluecool52@gmail.com. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, Raven, I know sunscreen. You know, there's a lot of issues with that too. But you got to pay attention to that too. I mean, what's better, what's worse? If you're not going to use sunscreen, please cover your skin. Please use an umbrella. Who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares what you look like? That's what I'm saying anyway. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna pop over here, and the first thing I'm gonna see if this is updated yet, real quick, because I do want to show you. Where is it? There it is. Let's see what this shows us right now. This is the geoelectric field model, guys. This is what shows us space weather's effect on our electrical grid. I took a little video of this when I seen the anomaly. Now you're seeing this bounce around right here, and I'm glad. I'm telling you right now, I'm glad I recorded it, because you see that right there. You guys see that? That's what I'm talking about right down in here. Watch. Everything else will get quiet, and then you'll see this big shot down here in the Gulf. Right about there. See that? It was just down there. Did you see the direction it went? It was moving kind of from the left to the right. All right. Well, we got a hurricane or tropical storm down here right now off the coast of Florida, and they're getting, you know, it's forecast to become a hurricane. It's supposed to come in this way, right? And if you guys remember, like I said, back with Dorian last year, and it wasn't just that hurricane, it was another one too. We were seeing this stuff happen. You know, there was a lot of people reporting on, you know, the beams and stuff that looked like they were getting fired right into it and that kind of stuff. I didn't do any work on that, so I really couldn't give you guys any idea what happened back then. All I know is I seen a few videos talking about that, and it did look to be very legit. You know what I mean? Why would we see that kind of activity just in that area ahead of a hurricane? So, you know, I seen this, and we see this down here quite often, actually, in the Gulf. We get these little bursts sometimes down here. Now, I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to go next out of that. I'm going to show you the video I took earlier of that same tool. If I start getting choppy right here, guys, it's because of this. The video player sometimes will slow it down. But see that right there? Now, when that happened, watch it. It's going to happen once by itself. Okay? It's getting ready to happen. Right around 6, I think, is when it happened. 6 UTC. Right there. See that? Okay? And it does it twice, and then it's doing it some more in the stuff I just showed you. Okay? From the tool itself. But what I want to show you in correlation with that would be, I'm just going to get that out of there. But yeah, I'm not sure if I got any mods in there right now, guys. Yeah, just kind of, you guys know my rules, right? Please respect them. That's all I ask. I ain't seeing nothing right now. Just don't attack each other or anybody else, and just kind of keep it nice in there for right now. I understand if some trolls run through there, somebody hit me up and I'll get them out of there. What's up, Billy? How you doing, bud? But yeah, so let's go over here to this other tool that at least me personally, this is kind of new to me, right? But I want to show you guys a couple things. This is the DuPage, and you know, Dutch did some really good work out here with these wildfires. Okay, it's still ongoing. It's just it's a mess out here, guys. He knows what he's talking about with this kind of stuff. I would rely on him for all that stuff. But you guys can see right here, I'm just going to run this, okay? Because I want you guys to look at this hurricane down here. Well, I think it's just a tropical storm or even a depression right now. But I think it's forecasted to go in kind of like right here. So you can see it just building, and it's almost just stalled. you know, and I need to go back and look and see where it traveled from. I think it kind of like developed right there. I guess it could have been back here and traveled, but it looks as though that stuff just, I think it kind of developed back here towards Cuba and stuff, and come up this way. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. All I know is there is a system here now. It is getting stronger, and they're predicting it to become a hurricane. You know, right now it looks like it's stalled. You know, and if the longer it sits over the warmer water, the more chance it's got, you know, of getting stronger. It says it's only going to travel this far before it goes inland, but they're thinking it's going to, you know, increase or intensify rather quickly into a hurricane before it makes landfall. And what really sucks is, guys, you know, these models can be wrong. I mean, it's happened so many times. If this thing takes a little bit of a further jog to the west, you know, what just got hit right here? I mean, man, I just couldn't imagine. How many times in the past few years has Louisiana just got pummeled? Texas too, Alabama, Mississippi, even the panhandle of Florida, guys. The Gulf has just gotten just slammed. So I'm going to take this to 200. Well, I guess I should have done that to begin with. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like this thing just sat right here and developed right off the coast. And I ain't going to say it did, because I just don't know. I haven't looked at it. I need to go back and look at the weather there. But I can tell you, when you see those colors, that's pretty intense stuff. Those are high cloud tops, guys. Yeah, I just, it's kind of shocking to see that happen that quick. And guys, and what I'm getting ready to show you is what I'm trying to talk about. And I'm not even going to make any claims on this because I just don't know this tool good enough, guys. The more I get to know this, the better I'll get on this. But until then, please just hang in there with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, you know, a couple different patterns here, a couple different time lapses, and I'm going to see if they've. Okay, do you guys see that right there? I'm pretty sure you did. Let me get this up here. Well, I tell you what. Let me go. I'm just going to bring that in. I'm going to get this big again. Hold on. So, watch down in here. You ain't got no sound? Is anybody else having that issue? Can you guys hear me? I guess I should ask. Sorry, Hillbilly. I'm not sure. Sounds okay? Okay. I'm not sure if you need to reload or something, Hillbilly. I wish you could hear me, man. I really do. I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while. I haven't even been able to keep up with Tex down there, Mark down in Texas with his news station. It's been so hectic and everything, I kind of lost touch on all that. But anyway, you're going to see what you're going to see here, guys. I'm going to, yeah, Hillbilly, guys, go check him out. He does a really good Bible study every week. Go check him out, guys. But let me, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to lose my chat box here. But I want you guys to see this with the slide bar. You're going to see the sun go down, and you're going to see this little, looks like gets bright again. I don't know why, but that's what it does. At first, I thought it was like a camera anomaly, because here's the sun setting. And that's at what? What's it say there? 3 UTC? Maybe back a little further, like 2. Yeah, about 3 o'clock. Right at 3, and then about an hour later, you see that. So, okay, I get it, right? That could be light coming back up over the sphere of the Earth, the globe. Some sort of light anomaly with these satellites and all that. Okay, but then I went over here to this one, and, because I've seen that quite a bit, actually. And, I think it's, the initial part, I think it's called tiling. I think it is an effect there. But what I've seen after that is what I really want you guys to see. Is it on the air mass one? I can't remember. Okay, this one may show it. better. Okay, so I'm going to roll this through here, and right about the same time, you see that? Now what's kind of strange to me is I'm going to toggle this through just one frame at a time. Watch over here how it kind of goes from down to up. It rotates that way, and then we even see a little bit of something over here. It even does something funky up here. So we'll just go one. Did you guys see that? Look. Look at that. Right there. Let me, hope I can zoom in. Well, I'm not going to try. But you guys you guys can see that, right? I'm going to back it up one. It's blue in this particular capture. It's gone, right? Boom. There it is. Back. Forward. Back. Forward. Right? And then, you know, like I said, this is right after that anomaly happened right here. So I'm going to roll this back a little bit. So we see that little crazy, probably normal, I'm going to call it at this time. I'm not for sure. We see that anomaly, and then we see right about the same time, you see that. That happened right before we seen anything on here. And I thought, well, maybe it's just what they're looking at here, because what we're looking at here is the it's looking through the air mass filter, which is, I'm calling it a filter. It's something they use. They're looking for specific stuff here. Okay, it's kind of like the sun stuff I show you guys with different angstroms. So what we'll do again, you see it there. I'm going to go to the micro physics, which is the one I showed you guys yesterday with the stuff going on up here, right? So let me run this back. So you can see the sun set right there. Again, same time frame. Okay, you see the anomaly happening. Look over here. Okay. And then I seen this. Look up here. We're Indiana, Ohio, and I think it even kind of happened over here. And again, guys, remember, we're now 2 hours past sunset. So I'm not so sold that at this point that's a light anomaly from the sun. Okay? So I'm going to toggle it forward. Look up here. My cursor's red. It usually works on most other things as a background, but this one is kind of hard to see, I guess. Okay? See that? Now, I don't know what's causing that, because it looks like it might have, you know, that there looks like a tool fault. Okay? It looks like just a tool anomaly, right? But with all the stuff happening around it, you wonder. You know what I mean, guys? So if we keep going forward, nothing else happens. So, again, look on the left. You seen that? Okay. Now, these are just different, like I said, different filters we can look at. But then I look at, which one was it? I think it was it the natural color? It might have been this one. As you can see, the sun's coming up over here now, right? So, sun goes down. All right, and then again, see? What's crazy is it goes from really bright like that to nothing immediately. And it's only there for a couple frames, guys. Okay? It's like something flashed right there or something. Man, I don't know, you know. And I do think that some of this is normal for this tool, but I'm not so sure about that part. And again, if I'm wrong on any of this, I do apologize, but I'm just trying to do the best I can here with what I got. And again, I wouldn't probably even be showing you guys this right now if I hadn't seen it on that other tool that I do know what I'm looking at. Okay, so we're going to back this one up because, look, check it out. Okay, we got the anomaly happening off to the left. Look over here. Wasn't so, it's not so obvious on this one. Okay, look up here. You see this? That's the sunset, I think. Yep. See how the sun's going across there? That's daylight, right? So as we go forward, It'll do its little thing down here, but we're also, this one actually picked up that spike too. Watch. See it? Now, guys, I just don't know what that is. You know, I'm not going to sit here and claim anything at all. But I do know that we were seeing this same kind of stuff last year in the Gulf at the same time that these hurricanes were coming through here. And it was just kind of strange. You know, guys, I really wish I could give you a better answer for that. You know what? Let's go to the regional area. Maybe we can pick it up on that. Maybe it'll get us in a little closer. Yep, it's there. So, you know, guys, I don't know what that is. I do think it's odd that all this stuff's happening, you know, and like I said, guys, keep in mind, it was this plus the other tool I showed you. So we're getting blast of something right there. You know, if it only showed up on one, I wouldn't even be here talking to you about it. But it didn't. Those two, the two satellites I did, the other one I just showed you, they have nothing to do with each other. Nothing at all. The one I showed you was a geoelectric field model. It is showing us, well, let's see, let's just go back to it for a second. It's showing us space weather's effect on our electrical grid. That's what this was for. This has only been in operation a little over a year, okay? But it's a great tool to look at. So we'll get that going again. Now remember, you know, we're getting some little bit of space weather here. But before that, remember the video I showed you was right before this stuff. And it was just blasting in this area. There it went. See it? Why would it just, there it went again there at the end. Why is it, you know, there? It keeps doing it right there. You know. And again, we see that sometimes down there, but not usually this frequent, okay? And keep in mind also, this, you know, space weather comes in through the poles easier. But with that tool over there, the DuPage tool, this one, showing this, plus the little blasting, you know, little. Let's go back to this. Maybe we'll, yeah, let's go to this one, this view here. I think it shows it on this one too. Or did it? No, that one didn't show it. That's right. I think it was it this one? Maybe? Okay, now you guys see what I'm saying here? Look. This right here, watch as I go forward. You're going to see it flash. And it's just flashing in that area. See it? And the geoelectric tool is showing us the same flash. So I can't call this a tool flaw. I really can't. I just, guys, for your guys' benefit, I wish I knew this tool better. I really do. Wish I was more confident in what I was showing you right here. I don't like not knowing everything about this thing before I come showing it to you. You know, but I'm going to this time because I've seen it on the other tool. So with that being said, guys, man, yeah. I have a hard time thinking that, you know, both of those tools did that and it's not related. That's all. Let's do this. What's this one? Yeah, that one's kind of funky. I don't know if you can even see it on that one. Watch it flash right here. See it? And it does, oh, do you see that? Watch this. I just caught that. Watch right over here. It flashes over here too. Just in this area. And it came from that direction. That time. Okay, that came from the left. If you guys can see that flash. Watch. Flash. And then watch over where my cursor's at over here. See that? I'm telling you guys, something's going on here. And I don't know what it is. I can't give you a good answer. This is hours after sunset. And the further east we go, away from the sunset, the less of these kinds of anomalies we should see. If it's coming from the sun. At this point, I don't think it is. Okay? I don't know what else could cause this kind of thing on these satellites. But I'm going to find out. I promise you guys that. I'm going to, I'm trying to dig into this stuff the best that I can. Let's back this up. See if we can't see it here again. Yep, there it went. Let's go down even a little bit closer. Let's see if we can see it here. Okay, yeah. And guys, I am in no way saying that this cannot be a tool flaw or some sort of crazy anomaly. But why? Why are we seeing this not just here? I showed you guys one yesterday out in the Pacific. Dutch was showing you guys something very, very similar the other day, a couple times, going right into those wildfires. Is it all related? I don't know. I'm of a mind to think it kind of is. I just don't see how it could be nothing if it's showing up on different tools. That's all. I wish I knew what it was. I wish I knew this tool better. I kind of feel like I'm letting everybody down with this because I'm just... Okay, look at there. Look at that. Is that in a different spot? I didn't change anything but the filter. That's air mass. Okay, we're going to go natural color. Nope. I wonder if that's a more zoomed out. I bet it is. Let's see if it is. This stupid thing. So if I go to... Yeah, it's a little bit more zoomed in. Okay. Yeah, that's the same spot. I just wanted to double check that because it did look like it might have been in a different spot there for a second. But it's not. That's the same beam, but it's picking it up. Okay. Let's see what it looks like on the shortwave, this one. Man, I just don't know, guys. I just don't. Let's go global here for a minute, and I will show you something here on this one because you're going to see that the anomaly I was showing you guys earlier, it becomes really, really evident. Okay? I'm going to black this out here. Now watch. I seen that too. Did anybody else see that? Watch the satellite picture. Watch it, like, see that? Everything there moved. The whole picture moved. You know what that lends me to believe, guys? And I hate to say this, but Dutch was talking about how he thinks that they're probably going to start manipulating this stuff, like they have been anyway. But when we see stuff like that if you pay attention to what's going on there, if you look at the overlay of the the states lined out here, it changes completely where these clouds are at just by moving that. Watch. See? So if you take, for instance, if you lived right here, it's cloudy, right? Not anymore. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Okay? You see what I'm getting at there? And that wasn't the only satellite. It's all doing it. So I'm not sure if the satellite got kind of jerked a little bit there or what. But it's happening more than once. See, now look, watch this. Okay, the sun went down and boom, look. Now we know that right there is probably a light anomaly. But why are we getting this over here too, way over here, and it's hours after? Okay, that one's a little different. Look, sun's down, there's your anomaly, and then boom. Then we start seeing this even more often over here. Those are too close together to be saying that, because if that was the case, we would never ever get a good capture. You see what I'm saying? There would be so many questions on whether this thing is doing what it's supposed to or what. Now, like I said, I do think that some of this is a light anomaly coming up over the horizon of the planet. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's all that. I'm just not. I just can't do it. Given the fact that the other tool is now showing an anomaly too. But this is, you see that, obviously, that's, and you can kind of see how it's all washed out up here. That's definitely, it did something there that caused that. Just the edge of the capture. I'm not sure exactly how this tool works. And that's what I'm trying to say, guys. I really wish that I knew this tool better. So we were talking about this hurricane down here too, right? It looks like it was off the coast of Florida. And it looks like it went ahead and developed kind of there. And now it's kind of moving up. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Obviously we will. I just don't remember looking at this tool, because I've looked at it before, ever seeing an anomaly quite like that often. I don't know, man. I just, yeah. So, with that being said, let's see here. Well, okay. Let's take a look at the chat here. Inverted hurricane. Yeah, I might do that scan. Thank you. Yep. You made the coffee, did you? Trying to get your drone to bring it to you, Hilly? It's awesome. Thanks for being in Quiet Storm. Yeah, Quiet Storm. Wait, what are you asking, Quiet Storm? Can I help you? I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the whole... I mean, until we could see comets with telescopes and such, we should have thought it was maybe something else. Okay, for just a moment, is it possible that because until recent we didn't have nifty tools to play with on our PCs, we haven't seen things that were always there? You know what? That's definitely something. Okay, I'm not saying that it's not, but the tools that we're looking at aren't really all that new. And what I'm talking about there is we have a lot of experience. Not me. I'm not talking about this specifically me. We have everybody that they tell us exactly what we're actually seeing, as far as down to the technical aspect of it. And I've said this before. As technology increases, the stuff that we see will increase. It's just going to happen. You know, there is an expected number of increased comets and asteroids and stuff that they expect that number to rise just for the mere fact that our technology is now better and we see more of the sky. But what they really look for is the big jumps. So, oh no, you didn't offend me, Quiet Storm, at all. That's what I'm saying, guys. You guys, I don't get offended over that kind of stuff, guys, ever. Okay, you got a question, and if you don't agree with me, I'm fine. I don't get mad at people over that at all. Period. It makes us, it challenges us, and it keeps us moving. That's what we do. So that's what I'm saying, guys. You're not going to offend me as long as it's put out there in a non-vulgar, just be respectful, I guess. That's really what I want. Oh, yeah, you're asking a good question, Quiet Storm. I'm not saying, I think most of us that do this at all, we've asked that question of ourselves. And, and as we're looking at these things, like some of the magnetosphere models I've shown you guys, they've been there for 20 years. A lot of people don't realize that. So that's quite a bit of time for people to be able to get used to stuff. Now, yes, as the internet just blossomed and flourished and all that kind of stuff, that's when people like myself, I have to put myself in that category, and that's what we do, right? We jump out there. And we're looking at it, we're trying to learn, and we're trying to, understand what we're seeing. And I don't take what they tell us at face value. I don't think any of us really should. Anything, don't take what I say at face value. That's why I show you guys, and I say this so much. I'm going to show you guys the observation. I may give you my opinion on what it is, but please go look at it for yourself and make up your own mind on what you're seeing. So that's just something that I've always done since the beginning of my channel. And again, if we challenge each other, we become better because we will research harder. We will try to our best, even harder than what we're doing, to get the answer correct. If I don't know the answer to something, you know what I say to you guys? Especially if I'm live streaming and stuff. Hey, I don't know the answer to that. Let me go ask somebody that might. That's usually what comes out of my mouth, guys. Even in my edited videos. Quiet Storm, don't be sorry. Gosh, man. Don't worry about it, bud. It's seriously, you're good, man. Honestly, I like that kind of a challenge sometimes. Again, just you kept it respectful. You asked a valid question, and that's what we do. I do agree. I do agree with a little bit of what you're saying there, though. Do we not know these tools enough? Are they up there, or did they put them up there to try to trick us? What's going on, right? But those are all the questions, and can we ever find the answers to that? I don't know. I have to be honest. I don't know. And that's what I've been trying to say in my last few videos. Take the purple pill. Don't always take the red or the blue. Find, if you're going to look for the truth, it has to come from all directions, because that's where it's going to come from. It's not, some of the stuff that we've been told is the truth. A lot of the stuff that we've been told is not. Okay? But it's up to us now. We have to take this for ourselves, because they're not going to help us. They're not. And that's why we do what we do here. At least here on my channel and multiple others. Scott, same thing. He's dedicated so much. It's crazy. And that's why he gets upset sometimes, because he has put so much into this. And that's a lot of that. And man, I wouldn't know half the stuff what I'm looking at if he hadn't helped me. And that's exactly what's been going on, and that's why, guys. He's a good friend of mine, and I say that a lot, because he's helped me so much. And I give credit where credit's due, and that's where it goes right there. It's like Mark Pyers. That if you guys ever want to have a positive attitude, go to his channel. I'm telling you guys, Mark Pyers will put a smile. He sang a song to Trinity Trinity Red or Blue Pill. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. That's her. That's the name of her channel. She has a channel too, guys. Matter of fact, let's just hop over there real quick, and I'll show you her channel. I showed it in my last video, I think. Let's go here. And if you guys can throw her some prayers, she's recovering from breast cancer. Okay, she's doing good. Okay, but this is her channel. Throw her some prayers. Put a smile on her face. You know, I mean, guys, she's looking for the answers just like everybody else, and that's what she's doing here on her channel. So go check her out, guys. You know, she's a mod over on Marfugal too, and so yeah. Her name actually used to be Hi-Ho Kermit the Frog here, and it would crack me up every time Marf used to have to say her name on stream. But Mark Pyers, the Mark Pyers channel that I took you guys to, there he is. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to see if I can't find it. Was that? Yep, okay. We'll go here to this live stream. Look.
It's Mark Pyers. That is real talk. Today, looking for another way to ease my mind.
Okay, so you guys are hearing that, right? That's the kind of music he made. That's his music, right? If you guys read his about page, he 2004 VH1 Song of the Year finalist. He was, I think he was real close to getting a big, huge record deal, and something happened. I don't know the whole story there. But what I want to say here, is it muted? Yeah, it's muted there. Okay, so I'm going to try to find a spot where he was, let's see if I can't pull up the chat replay. See, look, this right up here, look. Absolutely thrilled. Wages Waller told me about you for all that you're doing with this show. Your music really warmed my heart, and the humor. Look, this isn't me talking, right? I'm telling you right now, guys, he will extremely blow up. This show here is not going to fail. I promise you. He's straight up positive from the beginning to the end. And so, hold on one second here. Okay, so, hold on.
Daily variety show. Mark Pyers, Real Talk.
I'm going to turn it down real far here and see if I can't. I want to find the spot where he was singing to Trinity. Did it cut out on me?
Threw into a pit of spikes, literally, you know. Because that happened to Joan Rivers. Look it up. Big league. So, anyway, this is episode 21 of the Donald Trump Show, and there are 25 of these babies. They're all...
Okay, he does celebrity impressions too, guys. He invented this beat seat. It's a drum. It's percussions for guitar players. It's awesome, by the way. You guys see these little parodies he puts in there? It just cracks me up.
On your own, like a complete unknown, but like a rolling stone.
How could you not smile after listening to that? You know what I mean, guys? I mean, it's none of this trying to figure out where he...
Every day. Every single day. Never stop. That was...
Hallelujah.
Oh, he was singing Hallelujah.
Oh, Kermit the Frog here.
Here it is.
Oh, Kermit the Frog here.
Guys, you got to listen to this.
Hey, Trinity wants me to say the whole, is it okay? Trinity wants me to say her whole name 3 times fast. Trinity Red Door Pill. Hold on, ready? Trinity Red Door Blue Pill High Hoke.
Guys, he tries to say it over and over. Finally, he just decides to put it in a song.
There we go. That's what I should have done from the beginning. Then I got it. Trinity. Oh. Oh, Kermit the Frog here. The red door, blue pill. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, red door, blue pill. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. I said, Trinity, red door, blue pill. Kermit, hi, Kermit the Frog.
I mean, look at his face. Does he not love life? Just look at him. You got to smile, guys. I mean, honestly. Anyway, guys, I wanted you guys to see that because that was so cool. He did that for her, and he didn't even know anything was going on as far as her health. And so, yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. I hope you guys like that. Guys, go check him out, please. Man, I can't say it enough. But, anyway. Back to what we usually do here. I am going to go ahead and cut this stream, guys. Well, you know what? Hold on 1 minute here. I do want to run you guys through a couple of these little... we'll go ahead and give you a little small update on what's going on with everything. Let's go to Schumann. Alright, nothing really going on with the Schumann right now, guys. Looks pretty quiet as far as most of it. You are seeing some spiking. Little short-lived ones. Yeah, let's check out the earthquakes real quick. Okay, this is something we're gonna have to keep an eye on. Yeah, we're still seeing there was a rash of 6s again yesterday, guys. That's not, it's not all bad or all good. It's just something that happens sometimes. But I need to change my settings, I think. Yeah. Let's do this. See that? See how that all changed everything there? But yeah, I mean, it's not even showing half the stuff that was up here. Oh, because it's on the 4.5 and above. Okay, let's do this one. There you go. Okay. Now, when you start seeing earthquakes, check this out, guys. A 4.6 that far north in China. Russia. A 4.4. Remember this one over here? When's the last time anybody ever heard of a earthquake in London? I mean, but yeah, try to tell me something ain't wrong. I don't know. I mean, you can't get earthquakes outside of fault zones. I get it. But at the same time, when it does happen, you have to be able to pay attention to it. And like Dutch was saying, guys, we would be fools to think that they don't try to manipulate some of the stuff that we see. So, this right here, it's very, very variable with this thing right now. This is the wind speed starting to pick up as far as the solar wind speed. We're going to be coming into a solar wind stream here in the next day or two. Plus, there's some CMEs and stuff that might be clipping us. You can see here, that's Earth. Okay? So, they're saying in 5 days, whatever's going on out there by the sun is going to be here in 5 days. Right? That will change. Okay? I said that 100 times. We're right here in time, right around the 13th, early in the day. But also, guys, just keep in mind that I only trust this thing like 2 or 3 days out. And I know I say that a lot, but I want people to understand that because this model will change with new data. There's always new data. Here's the Aurora forecast. We can watch that for a second. That's always pretty cool to look at. And you'll notice that when we get solar storms, this green will, see how it's exploding like that? And when it comes around here, it'll come down closer to the equator, which they call that lower latitudes. That's the terms that they use because, the horizontal lines going across the Earth are, obviously, they're the latitude lines, right? If anybody remembers any of that stuff from school. And then you got the longitude lines going the other way, right? But sometimes we'll see these things, and we'll see this green step way down into here, man, around Colorado. Well, I've seen them down as far as this. Now, when we got those big, huge solar storms like the Carrington event and stuff like that, they were seeing stuff down towards the equator. Yeah. If we see aurora down towards the equator, we may not even be able to tell each other about it, because that means that the solar storm was so strong, it may have just knocked our power out. Just saying. And that's what we talk about, right? That's why we do this. Here's the sun. You see this hole right here? That might be what's going to be giving us our wind here in the next few days. That's a significant looking little solar coronal hole. So is this one down here. There's always more coming. I tell you what, let's run over here to SDO real quick. And we'll check this out. And, well, let's just do from the 10th to the 13th. Why not? Right? Let's change that to that. This is the 171 angstrom. And I show you guys this a lot. And you're going to see stuff flying off, because I took this back a few days. Right? Even over here, you know what? I'm going to take that to the 512. This is too big. I can't shrink that down anymore. I want us to be able to see the whole sun. So if you watch the limbs, guys, you'll see a lot of stuff. But what's more important most of the time is the stuff that we can't see right in front of us. Because when stuff happens like right in this area, most likely it's going to hit us. So, yeah. You see this over here? That's another little CME that blew off. That just happened, by the way. That may not have even been on any of the tools yet. And, not to mention, when these CMEs and stuff are happening, Scott's catching all kinds of stuff in there. And I've shown you guys a few of those pictures. But, yeah. So, let's go over to that seeds real quick. And I'll give you a little looky look there. See what we got going on. Nothing really. I mean, we had a little jet pop out there. Let's go to the next day, see if it's got any data yet. A little bit of data. But we'll have to wait and see. What I look for, guys, you see over here on the right side, I need to change my cursor color. You see my cursor? Just follow it over here. Right there. That'll start getting brighter if there's a CME coming out behind that occulter. Usually it ain't immediate. It usually is just something that takes a couple hours for it to go through. But we can check out stereo A. This is from the side. Remember that right here where my cursor's at, that's where the Earth is. We're looking from stereo A over here. Okay? Doesn't look like we got a whole lot of nothing going on right now. Seems to be pretty quiet. Okay? And again, I always say this. Usually it's the quiet before the storm. Hate to say it like that, but that is the truth. Okay. You guys got any more questions for me here before I get off here? I am going to get off here. Again, guys, these live streams, they will become a little bit less lengthy as I get used to this. And I am going to go back this coming week to doing a lot of my edited video. But I'm going to do some live streams too, because I want to connect with you guys. And some people just don't have the time to sit through a big, long live stream. So I get that. I really do. I want to respect their time also. So that's what I will be doing. As long as, like I said, I want to respect you guys too and give you guys the information that you want. And I want to, let's just make that thing big. How about that? So, yeah. What was the level of the London quake? Oh, it was a 3.9. It wasn't that big, but it was in a fairly highly populated area. And there's a lot of video out there, actually. You can go look for it. Just Google it, and you'll be able to see. Okay? This stuff was shaking around, man. Shaking around. Yeah, John, you're right. Neutrinos don't last very long. Well, I can show you this real quick. let me show you, well, get that back up. I'm just going to shrink that down. Where's my, did I put it here? I didn't put it here. Where'd I put it at? Is it in here? That sucks. What the heck did I do with that thing? Oh, here it is. Okay. This is just a little graphic I made. It's not even animated, but it does help you understand what cosmic rays do. Okay? Cosmic rays hit our atmosphere. When they hit our atmosphere, they turn into pions, or peons, however you want to word that. And then as they're coming through more layers of our atmosphere, they actually split more. That's why these things are called particles. They're parts of atoms. Okay? So the neutrinos, John was right when he was saying the lifespan of those things is really, really short. But the reason why they affect us is because they're not neutrinos until they get into our atmosphere. You guys catch that? Okay? They're cosmic rays. They're coming in as cosmic rays. Our atmosphere makes it turn into a pion, and then it splits even more into neutrinos and muons. The neutrinos will actually go right through the core of our planet. They move really, really fast. The muons is what we consider, that's usually what we look at when we're talking about the health of our bodies, our human bodies. This is what we worry about as far as what's going to make us sick. And this is why we talk about cosmic rays. But as far as, if neutrinos were to leave the sun as a neutrino, they're not making it here. Okay? But they don't leave the sun or leave the cosmic area as neutrinos. They don't turn into this until they hit our atmosphere. So that's the difference. Let's see here. Where is my chat? There it is. Do you guys understand that? Hopefully I showed that to you well enough. So yeah. But yeah. I do appreciate you guys. I really do. The questions and stuff. Let's see if we got any more questions. What are the chances of having a roundtable meeting with Scott, Dutch, Mike? Guys, that would be almost impossible. Just so you know, Laura, it would be great if we could all do that. But they're these guys here are so busy, and including myself. You know, I would do it. I would do whatever I had to be somewhere like that. That's awesome. A lot of big names there, guys. And you know, who knows? Maybe one of these days in the future there'll be some sort of a convention or something we could all get together and do. Who knows? You know, and everybody you mentioned here, right here, I guarantee you they're doing it for the right reasons. Okay? You know, at least for the most part. You know, I can't speak for them, but I try to respect everybody that's come before me. And every one of those guys were here before me. And that's what I do, right? And I think that's why I'm able to, I don't know, I let a lot of stuff just roll off my back. And I think you guys probably understand that. And it's something that happens. You know, when I first started all this was, my skin was pretty thin. I would get upset. And to the point where Scott had to talk me down multiple times from just dropping my channel altogether. There was stuff stuff that I'll never even talk about that you guys just don't need to hear that kind of stuff because it's so negative. And that's why I don't like to talk about it. You know, and it went as far as death threats and stuff like that. I had to call, well, I'll let you guys in a little something here because it's important. People need to know this. They need to protect their kids. You know, I don't know why, but something happened. I'm not even going to go into it. You guys don't want to hear all that. So just know that the stuff that we deal with sometimes is a lot more significant than what people see on the surface. And I don't do this. I like I said, guys, people just hammering me about, starting up a Patreon or monetizing I don't monetize my channel. I'm seriously giving it a good thought about starting up either a Patreon or a private network type of thing. And the main reason, guys, is not because of the support I could get from you guys. The main reason is because I could say and do what I needed to without fear of any kind of censorship. So, my promise to you guys is that this channel, the stuff that happens here right now, will never change. No matter what I do outside of this channel, the stuff I'm doing here will not change. So, yeah. And yeah, Becca, guys, all I can say on that end, and I probably won't talk about this anymore because it's pretty negative. Don't take anything for granted when it comes to the internet and your kids. Nothing. Even if you think you're invading their privacy, invade that privacy. Okay? That's one parent to another. I don't care how mad they get at you. I don't. Because I've seen stuff with my own eyes that it's just, you guys would probably be talking the exact same thing I'm talking if you knew what happens sometimes. And the sad part about it is the cops can't even do nothing about it. Especially when they come through certain social media platforms. If they're outside of our states, you might as well just forget it. Because there's nothing they're not going to waste their time on some little whatever unless it's part of some big conspiracy or whatever, right? They're just not going to do it. John, explain the lack of neutrinos. If it's nuclear, it should have much more neutrinos. Is that what you're saying? I don't know about the nuclear aspect of it, John. I don't know. Are you saying that the sun isn't the sun or something? I think I missed some of this. Oh gosh. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but yeah. Forrest Gump. I like your movie, buddy. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, as far as guys, I'll address this real quick too. Okay. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. Okay. I get that, and I really truly hold to that. I just don't want. What I don't want is for somebody like myself or you guys in the chat give your opinion and then just get berated. That's what I won't put up with. Because I don't think anybody deserves that. There's a lot of, just the fact that you're here watching me and, you watch Scott and other people that do these kinds of reports has to say that you have somewhat of an open mind. Okay? At the very least. Most of you are completely woke up, right? But yeah. We say there, Hilly? The sun produces more energy in 1 second than man has made in his entire history. Yeah. For sure. How many Earths could fit across the front disk of the sun? It's an ungodly amount, guys. It really is. It'll blow your mind. I know it's hard to think that we're looking at something 93 million miles away and all that kind of stuff. And, but, I don't know what else to say about all that. I hate to cut this off, cut your guys' chat off. I don't want to do that to you. Oh, yeah, guys. Hey, if you guys want good moon stuff, go look at Bruce Swartz. I'll take you guys over to his channel real quick. Let's go here. Bruce Sees All, guys, is his channel. And, yeah, guys. He's does a lot of good work. He's up in Canada. He's does a lot of astrophotography and stuff, and he does a lot of UFO work. And he's got a technique where he has. Let me get my chat back over here real quick. Let's zoom that down like that. He's got a technique where he's been able to zoom really, really far in to the surface of the moon. And, yeah. So, he most certainly is looking at some, you know, you definitely will question what you think, what's going on there when he shows you what he's got to show you. It most definitely is something that everybody should go over here and check him out. He's been around for a while now. I think he's been around a little bit longer than I have. But this little telescope he's got in his icon here, he was able to fund that, and that's a 14-inch telescope, guys. That thing is huge. I watched him unbox it and put it together and everything, you know, a couple of years ago, and it's impressive. And he's dedicated to this. He's got international channels on YouTube that's been translated over. I think he himself speaks like 4 different languages. So he's able to do all that stuff without having to use a translator, which is awesome. So, guys, go check him out. I mean, honestly. And let's do this real quick. So here you go, guys. If you guys want good information, some of the craziest pictures you're ever going to see is right here. You know, it's just, you know, when I show these things nowadays, guys, I don't even really say a whole lot more because they speak for themselves. And that is just the truth, guys. It really is. I don't have to say anything. People, I'm going to show you the observation, and then we're going to move on, right? You're either going to think what we're showing you is the truth, or you're not. It is really seriously that simple. And I know that it's hard for people to understand. And I guess let me show you this here too, because I want to show you this picture right here. And what this is Scott put this it's just a little graph here, or a little animation. And you got aphelion and perihelion. For people who don't know, perihelion is it's a position. Okay, when you're in perihelion, you are the closest you'll ever be to the sun. When you're in aphelion, you're as far away from the sun as you'll ever be. So this is what this is representing. Obviously, the blue line would be the equator of the sun. Okay, they call that the ecliptic. If you took that equator and just shot it right out into space, that's the ecliptic. So when you hear somebody saying below the ecliptic, which is down here, you see this? Or above the ecliptic, it's up here. So when we say it's on a highly slanted or a highly elliptical orbit, highly elliptical means that it's on one side more than the other. So it gets real close to the sun here, and as it comes around, it actually gets out further. That's elliptical. All right? You know, think about exercise equipment. You ever got on the elliptical exercise equipment? You know, that motion it's making? That's because you go longer in one direction and shorter the other. That's why they call it that. But anyway, this is what we theorize our object's doing. Something similar. This is not to scale, by no means. Okay? But this is definitely what we look at, right? I just want to, you know, kind of show everybody that, because that does help people understand what we're actually trying to show you. Now, you can keep, you know, if you're looking at this too, you know, I said this before, world leaders go to the South Pole almost every time before they get out of office, or even after. Why? The main reason why, and most people think this, is because they've got a big telescope down there, and they think they go down there to see this stuff. We can't see it from our location. They can see it from down here at certain times. And this is why. You know, the tilt of this is actually probably even more than this. Okay? It's probably even more like this. That's why it comes into view so few. When we're looking at the satellite captures, those cameras only have a view. It's pretty narrow, to be honest. So their field of view is pretty narrow. You know, I really wish it wasn't. And I'm sure that they've got so many things that they get to look at that we'll never see. Never ever. I wish we could. You know, could you imagine? That's why we don't have stereo B now, in case people were wondering. But, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I do have to get a little bit of sleep. So, God bless all you guys. I may come back on later on tonight. It'll be late tonight if I do. And give you guys another update on what's going on. But, yeah. But spread the love on those channels that I showed you guys, please. Go check out Hillbilly. Go Hillbilly 9999999. I think he does his. You do your Bible studies on Friday nights, Hillbilly. I'm pretty sure it's either Friday nights or Saturday nights. I can't remember which one. So yeah, guys, check him out. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. Hope everybody stays safe and you know. God bless. Yahushua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.